you get a religious San Francisco with the Golden Gate Bridge in the background with the statue of Christ situated on the hilltop. And where does that come from? It's all here in Lisbon, Portugal, where the two landmarks come together. So the difference with this bridge is that no pedestrians are allowed to cross over it. That's one thing. It's also a toll bridge. This one cost about €1.30 to cross it, as well as the other bridge inland, which is also crossing this river. It's actually a river going into the sea. The other bridge is called Paseo da Gama Bridge, whereas this one is called 25th of April Bridge. It was actually recently changed, maybe about 10 or 20 years ago, from another name to make it more appropriate for the national holiday of Portugal. Wow, what a large cross. But wait, that's because there's a large Jesus Christ up on this pedestal. Now you might be wondering, how tall is this statue in comparison to the one in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? The answer is actually they're the same. They're both 92 feet tall. It's about 28 meters high. Now what about this cross behind me? It's probably also 28 meters or 92 feet. Now the difference though is the pedestal. The pedestal is actually 269 feet tall, whereas the one in Brazil is only 39 feet or 26 feet. And the huge difference, of course, is the one in Brazil is situated on top of a mountain, whereas this one's not. That's part of the reason why they made the pedestal a lot higher, at 269 feet tall. Now you might be wondering who copied who, but the actual answer is the one in Brazil was completed in 1931, whereas this one was completed in 1969. And it started in 59, or was it, in the 50s, because there's some history on this. I'll get back to that later. It's very interesting that in Lisboa, Portugal, I've seen a lot of duplications. The statue of Christ, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Burj Al Arab. 3 similarities that I've seen around the world. One legend that comes from this statue was back in the day, a millionaire actually had an idea for the government of Portugal, and he said, if you do not enter World War II, I will build you a statue to the same size as the one in Rio de Janeiro. And because Portugal didn't enter the war, World War II, he was able to complete this. So he started in 1958 or so and completed that 10 years later in 69. And that's what we see right here. This is inside with the statue on top. Not sure how often they have service here, as it's mainly a tourist destination actually. But it's always nice to have some solitude and quietness after a long day of sightseeing in the city.
this is the biggest monastery in Portugal.
In the
and in the world now, where you have some spectacles.
Okay.
Train station, the train line.
Yeah.
You have to go.
Okay.
There is the map. The map is there. Okay.
That's where the map is?
Yeah, yes.
Oh man.
Cruising speed 115. Yeah, the infant is the one of